So now we're going to create our constructor for our queue, except our queue is going to look like this. So the first thing we have to do with our constructor is to be able to create a node. And our node is going to be identical to a linked list node, value and next. So our constructor for nodes in a queue will be identical to what we used in a linked list. And there are going to be other similarities to a linked list. Let's start out with a linked list class like this. We can borrow from this. But instead of calling this linked list, we'll call it queue. So let's start building out the constructor here. The first thing we need is to create a node. And the next thing in the linked list class is we said set head and tail equal to the new node that we just created. But in the queue, instead of calling this head and tail, we're going to call it first and last. And then we just say the length is now 1. So we'll look at this in a moment in DevTools, and when we do, we'll create a node with the value of 4. Okay, so let's flip over to DevTools. Okay, so there is where we create our node that's identical to when we create a linked list. And in our constructor, right here, instead of having head and tail, we have first and last. So let's zoom out and run this. I'll expand this. And there is our node with a value of 4. And that is our queue constructor.